Good morning to everyone. So in the previous session we have studied about the what are the Java features and how it is going to be support for the Java, and these and all things we have studied in the previous session. So actually in this session now we are going to study about the what is the differences between the C language and the C++ language and Java. So what is the differences between the C and Java, and what is the differences between the C++ and Java? So every time we are going to talk about the Java. So what is the differences between Java and C, and what is the differences between the C++? This is the major thing we have to learn. So when you talk about the C language, and the differences between the Java, so C and the differences between the Java, so Java does not include the C unique statements like the size of and the type def. So what is this? So when you take the C programming language, so if I am writing the C programming language using the size of and the type def, these are the C unique statements, so we will use in the C programming language. So these C unique statement we doesn't use in the Java programming language. Why? Because the Java has some unique features and the unique keywords. So when you take about the another point, so Java does not include data types like the structures and the unions. So actually there is one of the concept, structures and unions in the C language. So we won't use that structures and unions data types in the Java language. So we have the certain data types to use in the Java programming language to write the program using that data types. So not only that, Java does not include the preprocessor directivities like the hash include, hash define. So when you take about this point, so actually when we are writing the C programming language, where actually we need to give the header files, that is a hash include studio.h. so that is a standard input output header file, and conio.h, console input output header file. So these two header files are mandatory when you are writing the C programming language. So when it's come to the Java, so we won't use that such a type of preprocessor directivities when we are writing the Java program. So not only that, Java does not use the type of modifiers like the keywords auto, extern, register, sign, unsign. Such a type of keywords we actually won't use in the Java programming language. So actually in the C language, for the int we will use a sign, unsign we will use, but when it's come to Java, so actually we are not going to be use such a type of keywords. So not only that, Java does not support for the explicit pointer type. When it's come to the explicit pointer type, so in C language the pointers concept is very important. So when it's come to Java, actually we doesn't use the pointers concept. So this is the major thing we have. So but the Java has some of the fixed keywords, the data types, such things we are going to pick up and we are going to write the program. Not only that, Java added the new feature instant of. Such a beautiful, they have added the instance of. Where we will use the instant of, we will study in the further modules, not now. So not only that, Java added the label like the break and the continue. So it added the break and continue. So when we want to use the break and continue, we will in the study in the further modules, not the now. So not only that, Java added the many features which are required for the object oriented programming language. So not only this, a number of features the Java added for the object oriented programming language, so which are required based on requirements and based on conditions. We are going to pick up that features, and we are knowing that what is that. So this is about the differences between the C language and the Java. So when it's come to the C++, so C++, so Java does not support for the operator like overloading. So when it's come to Java, the operator like the overloading, the Java does not support, but it has a new thing when it's come to the polymorphism, where the method overloading and method overriding, such a thing we have in Java. So Java does not have the template classes as in the C++. So in the C++, we have some of the template classes. So when you're writing the program, so we have the same template classes in the C++. So in Java, we have just the class for giving the class name. What is a class? So we'll study in the further module. Just for the knowing purpose, a class is the blueprint. For the knowing purpose, in Java, we have the class. We doesn't have the template classes in the Java. So this is the major thing. So in Java, we have the class, and we are going to give the class name. A class is the blueprint, we'll known as. So about the class in depth, we'll study in the further modules. So the Java does not support for the multi-inheritancy. So actually the Java does not support for the multi-inheritancy, but this is accomplished by using the new thing, that is the interface. Actually the Java does not support for the multi-inheritancy, it is a correct, but it is going to be support what the Java has to be done. So it has implemented one thing, that is an interface. By the interface it can support. So not only that, the Java does not support for the global variables. This is a major thing. So when you are studying about the further knowledge of variables, where the types of variables, one is a local variable, or the global variable, or the class or static variable. So there is not a thing here, we have to know about the variables, but for the knowing purpose, the Java does not support for the global variables. Each variable and a method is declared in the class, and it is a form part of that class only. This is the thing here. And Java does not support or use of pointers concept, but in the advanced level, actually at the present technology, when you take about the now present technology, so for the advanced level, the Java is implemented the pointers concept. For the implementation of some of the configurations, the Java has been implemented the pointers concept. This is the thing. And one more thing, in C language there is some of the header files. Some of the header files we have in the C++. So when it's come to the Java, we doesn't have the header files. We won't use the header files in Java. Such a beauty Java has framed. So now you can know how much the differences between the C language and Java we have, and the differences between C++ and Java we have. So actually when we talk about the Java, it's like the ocean concept. There's the ocean. If you are going to study in depth, it has many concepts in Java. So those are all the concept we will study. Not only that, so using the Java, how can we use the DSA in Java? There is a data structures algorithm using Java. How can we write the algorithms? These and all the different things we are going to study in the further modules. But of course, so we know the differences between the C and Java and the C++ and Java. So now we have some knowledge how the Java is working higher than the C and the C++, and how much it is going to reduce the code and it is giving the output. So approximately, if we want to write one program in the C language or the C++ language, when you compare these two programming language and when it's come to Java, it reduces a number of lines. And not only that, the Java is going to be saving the memory space. Here our focus is memory space. So if we are using the Java programming language, we are using the memory space very less. It is consuming the memory space very less and it is giving the output. So this is the thing. Here we studied the differences between the C language and the C++ and Java. So if you like this video, so make the like and subscribe.